Good morning, Yankee fans. How's everybody doing? I hope it's a better day for each and every one of you, not only in the chat, but around the world. It is a beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning here in New York City, and we are getting ready for our New York Yankees once again today at 4 o'clock. I wanted to give you an update what's going on for today. So everyone, so at 9:30, we will have former Yankee World Champion Denny Neagle on here to talk to you guys. Have your questions ready. He will come on around 9:30 this morning. Also, we will have a quick pregame today at 3 p.m. We'll go over the lineups and everything. Actually, just to do a little something for you guys and to get you ready for the 408 game. And then tonight we will do the post-game show immediately following the Yankees Toronto game. So we will have it early like this. We could finally have a good evening together early. Also added just a little while ago, we are going to do live right here on NY Yankee Mania, the Dodgers against the Phillies tomorrow night, Monday, October 6th, at 6:05 p.m. right here. I will be doing the game live, and there might be a few other surprises. So we will keep you posted on that. But the link is already out. Please, by all means, share it, and we will try to give you the best play-by-play as we possibly can. As I call it, I am excited to call a Dodger-Philly game. I think that'll be a lot of interest here in New York City. So that's some of the things going on. We are looking forward to Denny Neagle this morning. I also am going to bring up our co-host and play-by-play man, Evan. Evan is joining us this morning. And good morning, Evan. How you doing?
Good morning. Doing well on this Sunday morning. Hopefully the Yankees can bounce back today. But excited to interview Denny Neagle. So excited for that.
Yeah, we're totally excited. We've heard from Nitin and his team that he is feeling better, and he's looking forward to coming on in less than a half hour. So we're looking forward to that. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out how bad yesterday's game was. I'm just going to say a couple of things, Evan, and then you chime in, and then we're going to put this game to rest. But I got to tell you, Aaron Judge, the Golden Boy, he's got to show up. He's got to do a better job. I mean, if this guy is truly a superstar, he needs to play like it when the lights are bright. When that Yankee sign is up in October, it's a special feeling. And if you can't hack it, then get him out of the lineup. I'm serious. I am very, very annoyed. This happens time and time and time again. Bases loaded, no outs. You can do a better job than that. When did you ever see him lunge for a pitch like that you had to go in the dugout to hit? Are you serious? Are you serious? Now, I'm sorry. He's our captain, but he's got to take his lumps. He does not play like a superstar in the playoffs. I know he's a great regular season player, probably the best I've ever seen, although Don Mattingly is close. But I got to tell you, he is worse than a backup player when it comes to it. Show us some guts. Show us some guts. And I don't want to hear anybody say, oh, Joe, you're too hard on the guy. I'm too hard on the guy? 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. 2021, 2022, 23, we didn't get in. 2024, what do? He batted 208? Oh, golly gee, for a guy making almost $400 million? Not acceptable. Not acceptable. And we're gonna get to all the quotes and everything in a couple of minutes. I want Evan to weigh in a little bit, but I'm sorry, guys. I got to be hard on the Golden Boy. That was the whole team was unacceptable yesterday. They played like little scared cats. What is that? We're the New York Yankees. You see that sign up there? We're the New York Yankees. We have 27 world championships. They got to be scared of us. We don't have to be scared of them. Who the hell are the Toronto Blue Jays? And I'm sorry if we have Blue Jays fans in here, but when you have 27 championships, come to us and talk to us. But that no logo right in back of me means a lot. And play like champions. Don't play like scared little squirrels running around. Enough. I'm tired of the bull crap. I'm tired of all that. Get out there and play. Stop with the smirk that you got. You 2 strikes. He picks up the rock. He does this. Will you just play the game? If you're hurt, then sit out. Sit out. And I'm serious. Okay, Evan, go ahead.
All right. We got a little rant this morning from Joe. A nice surprise. So, but much needed too. I was gonna rant yesterday, but something about that game just kind of just deflated me. So I just didn't want to really talk about it. But now I wanna get into it more. Aaron Judge is really annoying me. He's annoying me every year in the postseason. Yeah, he's had his moments here and there, but not consistent. And he hasn't won a World Series, and that's the big thing. I think what to Celia's point, she's disappointed in Judge and Stanton, but we can give Stanton the pass because at least he's shown up. He's shown up in the postseason before, and we know eventually he's gonna do something important. With Aaron Judge, no, it's time to show up, man. You've been on this team for how long? For about over 10 years? For about 10 years now, like 9 years. You've been in the postseason for 8 years. I mean, let's go. It's time to show up. It's time to produce. It's time to do something. You're a great player. We know you're a great player. You do very, very well in the regular season. But in the postseason, it's time that you make the adjustments. It's time that you decide to show up. And most importantly, do it for the fan base who's rooting for you. We're rooting for you to win. We don't want you to continue to fail in the postseason. We want you to succeed. We want you to win. And, you're making it very, 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 very hard for the fans to get behind you when you keep doing this in the postseason. If you just took that walk yesterday instead of swinging at ball 4, that game would have been much, much different. You don't need to hit a grand slam. You don't even need a triple. You just need a walk. If you get a walk, the game is much, much different. The Yankees could have scored 3 or 4 runs in that inning, and boom, the whole game has changed. We don't know what's going to happen if the Yankees take the lead in that inning. So, Golden Boy, it's time to show up. It's time to improve. It's time to stop swinging at pitches that your dog wouldn't even swing at. Let's go. Show up now. It's time. Carry this team. You're a great player in the regular season. Show it in the postseason, please. That's it.
Well, yeah, and I have one more thing to add before we take we field some questions and answers. I don't know what the problem is, but why don't they give Dominguez a chance? Yeah. We throw out all the records in the regular season, people. So we got to do the same thing. This is a 22, 23-year-old young man who has a lot of potential, who's a very, very good left-handed hitter and can make things happen with one swing. Let's play the guy. Play him. Mm-hmm. We have nothing to lose at this point. If you got to switch the outfield a little bit, put Bellinger on first base and sit Ben Rice's buns down. That's another guy that I'm ranting on. He threw you 9 pitches, the same pitch, and you swung and missed at it. Could you use your head a little bit other than looking at a bat rack and your stupid computers and your iPads? Does anybody on that coaching staff know anything?
Yeah, I mean,
You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure this crap out. He swung at the same pitches all day long. And Gosman, of course he's going to throw the same thing. Well, if you're dumb enough to hit it or try to hit it, then I'm smart enough to throw it. Wake up!
yep, the whole team was swinging at the first pitch. It didn't matter where it was; they just swung, and even Gosman said he was surprised that the Yankees were swinging at the first pitch. I mean, come on.
Really? I mean, the Yankees just said, here, Toronto, you can have it. We don't want it. Well, if you don't want it, then why did you beat the Red Sox? Let the Red Sox in there. They would have given them a better fight. Do you realize that strikeout of Judge yesterday cost us 8 runs? 8 runs. Not to mention how many he didn't. We got 8 unanswered runs after he struck out like that. And I am not going to put it on Giancarlo Stanton. It's on Judge. Bases loaded, nobody out. You're the team captain. You're the big leader. You're the man. Take those 52 home runs and stick it where the sun don't shine. I'm sorry. They mean nothing to me. With or without you, the Yankees could win, get in the playoffs. With or without you. Stop giving this guy a pass. Damn it. Anthony Volpe's gone through hell. And he's hitting in the clutch, not when it's 10-1. Not when it's 10-1. Of course, put your bottom dollar that Judge the next time gets a hit, which he did.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's another thing.
Proves to me he's scared in the clutch. He's scared in the clutch. And if that's the case, guys, I don't know what to tell you.
Why even
he has a lot of trade value. He has a lot of trade value. And I'm very, very serious.
Yeah, good point. He got a hit when it was 6-1. It was so easy for him to get that easy double when it was 6-1, but with the bases loaded, he couldn't even not swing at a pitch that was 3 feet low. I don't get it. Don't get it.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And any Yankee creator, any Yankee that will defend this, I'm sorry, man. This doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, put some blame on the captain. I'm ashamed of him. He's not my captain. My captain was Don Mattingly. My captain was Derek Jeter. My captain was Thurman Munson. Do you really think that he's better than Reggie Jackson? I don't care if you've ever seen Reggie Jackson or not. Go look at the films. If he strikes out one time, you can rest assured he's going to homer or hit something big against that guy. What he did to, rest in peace, Bob Welch. He struck out in game 2, and they lost that game like 4-3, whatever it was. But you can rest assured the next time he faced him in the clutch, you know where that ball went? It's still traveling in L.A. Go look at the stats. Go look at the video. Aaron Judge, the golden boy, he breaks TVs at Yankee Stadium in June. Well, we don't need that. As you can clearly see, we can win a division or win a wild card spot without him.
Yep.
Celia, and thank you for saying well. Now all the Toronto fans are saying it's a wrap. You know what? If they keep playing like this, it may be. You're right, Celia. You're right. But I gotta believe. I really have to believe that Max Fried is going to pitch a really good game tonight, and our humpy batters have got to come through. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you the truth, guys. I'm sorry, but I would move Judge down. I would not bat him second. Get him out of there. Get him out of there.
But
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. But and now I'm not even talking about Soto. I don't care. We got to deal with what we have now. Put Dominguez in the game. What are they afraid of? His buns are sitting there. The man is 23 years old. He's a bumbling star. They won't give him a chance. What's wrong with these people? Give the guy a chance. If you have to rest Grissom, rest him. I don't care.
Right. If they're so worried about his defense.
Gee, I don't want to see Ben Rice right now. Paul G is a veteran. And if he's healthy, I want him in there. I want him in there. This is one of the reasons why we got him. Ben Rice looked silly yesterday. I'm sorry. How many, non-productive players do you want in there? I now trust Austin Wells and Derek, and keep calling him Derek Jeter, because I always say he kind of replaced him. And Anthony Volpe more than I do Aaron Judge and Ben Rice. How's that for those apples?
Yeah. No, at this point, I would trust.
And you're right. And Evan, you got to, and one thing I got to say is that it doesn't matter. I don't care who's pitching. You could put Don Drysdale in there. You could put Sandy Koufax. I don't care. But you mean to tell me there were 3 innings that there was under 10 pitches? That was ridiculous. Did you see what they were doing to Luis Hill? Foul ball, foul ball, foul ball, take the ball, foul ball, take the ball, foul ball. And what were we doing? Bing, bing, bing. You didn't even blink an eye, and the inning was over. What strategy is that? I don't care, win, lose, or draw. Get rid of these coaches. Get rid of them. One by one. I want them out of here. Can we get somebody that knows baseball? Come on. How ridiculous do you look? How do you not see what they're doing? Can you not tell Ben Rice? The man is throwing you 8 pitches, 9 pitches the same way, and you're still hitting it and missing it. What kind of mentality is this? Give me a break. Now today, who knows? Today they might hit 5 home runs and go crazy. Great, and we'll forget all about it. But can they please put Dominguez in the lineup? How much worse can he do than the other banana heads that we have? Much worse. They're going with the assumption that Trent Grissom, because he hit 34 home runs, okay, good for you. Good for you. You want to put him in there so he can get a contract? I don't give a damn about his contract. I give a damn about going to the World Series. Please put somebody in there that makes sense. What does it take? How ridiculous. And Luke Weaver is coming out and saying he's not pitching well. He's tipping pitches and he doesn't know he's lost. What do? They bring him in before Fernando Cruz. You mean to tell me that Aaron Boone and staff didn't know about this? Oh, it just came up? I mean, come on, man. Does this team have any logic whatsoever?
No.
And then they leave off Ryan Yarborough. Why isn't it, the Toronto Blue Jays would kill to have him back right now. and we left him off the roster. It's so laughable. It's so laughable. I mean, really.
It's the same guy again in the chat. Sports guy forever.
Oh, you're gone. He's gone. Itchy nuts. I'm gonna say this once. Anybody that's doing that right now, I am telling you, and it's not a threat, it's a promise. You are gonna suffer the consequences because investigation is going on right now. I'm telling you right now, don't screw with us. You're gonna have a problem. A big problem. So stop what you're doing. Go get a life. Go do what you have to do. Go get a job. Go to school and find out what's right and what's wrong. I'm telling you guys, don't fool around with us. Because one phone call, and I guarantee you're going to have a big problem. You'll never get on YouTube again. You'll never get on Facebook again. You're done. You know how embarrassing that will look for you? That you can't get on any platform? We're going to make it happen. Trust me. Don't take this show or any creator for granted, because we're all standing united to do this to you and anybody else that does this. Don't push our buttons. Don't push our buttons. I am not going to stop the show again for this crap. There is an investigation going on right now to you and your friends. And I'm telling you right now, you will never see the light of day. And I promise, all creators are behind it to get you to get out of here and go get a life of freedom. And I'm telling you, don't push me. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. And if you think, if you think important people are not watching this show right now, try me. Try me. I dare you. I'm not fooling around, guys, and neither are other creators. We're all behind each other to get garbage like you out of here and out of Facebook, out of YouTube, out of X. You will be banned.
Good work.
You will be banned. I've reached my limit now. I'm done. It takes a lot for me to get this upset about it. I give you timeout. I give you this. I give you that. But what you people have done to, like Ken the Ugly Truth Show, what you've done to me, what you've done to other creators, not acceptable anymore. Close your internet or whatever, or I don't care what you do. You come on here, you will be traced. And I'm not joking. If you like your freedom, if you like everything, I would suggest you get out of here and stay out of here. And that's all I'm going to say on the matter. I made my point. I made the point for all creators. Don't do it again. You're being watched by security. Trust me when I tell you that. Now let's get back to the show. Joe, do you think Stanton is going to come up today? Yeah, he probably will. I mean, But I'll tell you the truth. I want to see Dominguez in there. I really do. I don't care who sits. I don't care if Judge sits. I want Dominguez in there.
Oh, yeah. I would trust anybody over Judge in a big situation. Ahmed Rosario, Caballero, Dominguez, anybody.
So, yeah, definitely. You know? Let's see. Sean. Judge and Stanton will come abuse positive vibes, y'all. Okay, yes, Sean. I have no problem with that. And by the way, everybody, tomorrow we got to have a big shout out. Happy birthday to Ken from The Ugly Truth.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow is his birthday, and we want to make it as nice and as comfy for him as possible. So tomorrow we'll wish him all a very, very happy birthday. I don't think he's doing any streams tomorrow, guys. So if you go on today for the Yankee game, please wish him happy birthday and good vibes, good fortune. We would all appreciate that. He works very hard. He does a great stream, and he's there for us. He's there for everybody. And I really, really believe that. So being the fact that he's probably not going to do any stream, please go over there and wish him a very, very happy birthday. He's a tremendous brother. He's a great, great guy. And I really appreciate if everybody would do that tomorrow. Actually today. So like I said, I don't believe that he will do anything. He's going to relax on his birthday with his beautiful grandkids, with his lovely wife and his wonderful kids. So, and he deserves it. And so please, everybody, give some love to Ken, the Yankees, The Ugly Truth today. Even if you stop by just to wish him good vibes for his birthday tomorrow, we really appreciate that. Also tomorrow, remember, guys, we will be doing live right here, the Dodgers against the Phillies at 6:05 p.m. That broadcast will come right here. And so come please give us a like. Please subscribe to the channel. You guys are doing a great job with everything. And the 39% actually went down to 38%. So I just hope that you keep coming. The guests are coming. We're hoping to have Denny Neagle very soon. And so just please start with your questions and let's go forward with that. Joe's okay, I'm getting rid of that's it. And goodbye. Don't come back. Don't test us. All right. Let's go back to Celia. Dominguez should be playing over either Grissom or Stanton for one game. I don't think Boone and company have any idea how to manage this team. Man, oh man, Celia, I would want one series to manage this club. Just one series. I mean, I just don't see how they don't see what's going on. I just don't see it. I know we're making a lot out of one game, but they look so terrible, so disgusting yesterday. Yeah. And it's really, really horrible. It's really horrible. I was at the game yesterday, very electric crowd. Chisholm with another base running mistake. Yeah, I know, Hamburglar. I like it. I love some of these names on here. Let's give some love to Shara. How you doing? Jays fans, what? Cursing crowd. Yeah, they are. But you know what? Until we beat them, they deserve that. The Yankees deserve that. Hey, Dennis, welcome back. Welcome, Dennis. We missed you on the streams. Morning, everyone. Had to take a break this weekend with spammers ruining chats. Hope everyone is well. Yeah, thank you, Dennis. I really, Dennis, the problem is it's one or two people, but believe me, we're on the case, and trust me, it's going to be less and less any day now. They're in for a big surprise. Trust me when I tell you that, Dennis. But thank you, and we need your love and support. You've been a great supporter of the show, and without you, you're one of the biggies here. And of course, I would love for you to come on and talk to us. First of all, I want to thank you personally. I wish you would send me an email. I really would like to talk with you. If nothing else, just to say thank you to you for everything you've done for NY Yankee Mania. And everybody else, Celia, Sean Browning's been fantastic. Charles, just to name a few. You guys are the best. And I am so sorry. I mean, for these trolls, some of these trolls, it makes no sense. And enough's enough. So we're gonna think less and less. We're just gonna ban them. We're not gonna make it a topic anymore. But one thing that I had to do is I had to get some very, very important people on the case, and it's going to be done. They will not see the light of day on Facebook, on YouTube much longer. Believe me when I tell you that. I'm not playing games. But thank you, Dennis. And by the way, who's ever on the stream today, don't forget. So we will have a little pregame show at 3:00 today, and then we'll have a postgame immediately following the Yankee game, so we can finally have an early night together and relax for the rest of the night. These late nights, when I'm done with you guys, I don't stop. I'm still working on shows. I'm working on different things. I have to talk to people that are in, California time and everywhere time. I don't stop, guys. So by the time I go to sleep, it's like 2 or 3 hours of rest and get ready for the morning show. So don't think, hey, no. It's always moving. It's always moving. Let's go back to Dennis. It's okay, Joe, and we will connect. I was listening to Ken yesterday and see them talk about his sister was a disgrace. Oh, yeah. We had Ken on last night, and we talked about it. And how dare people that have absolutely no life, Dennis, absolutely no life. And all they do, could you imagine how they're going to get ahead in life? I'm sure they failed in school. And if they're old enough to work, I'm sure they're going to fail at work. I'm sorry. I have to say it like it is. I needed to take a break, but I'm here for you guys, and let's go Yankees. Thank you. Please, Rod, today with the Yankees, come back for our post-game show. It's not the same without people like Dennis and Michael and Charles and, everyone. So, Dennis, thank you. You know how much we love your input. We want to talk to you personally. Thank you. All right, let's go to Michael. We are all NY Yankee fans and play competitive. Act like you want to be on the field on that. You want to win. Show some energy. Yeah, Yankees showed Michael absolutely no energy yesterday. Evan, do you agree with that? He did not show any energy whatsoever. So, they look sick.
Yeah, I guess you can say that. I feel like if they would have gotten a lead there in the sixth inning, I feel like things would have been a little bit different. But yeah, you can definitely. It's fair to say that they didn't show energy last night or yesterday's game. Yeah, I agree with that.
Great. Because hey, Real Bill, good morning. Wow, we got all the heavy hitters here today. All of my favorites are all in here. All in here. This is the family. This is the family we grew with, and this is the family we're going ahead with. Thank you so much. Let's see what he has to say. Real Bill. Good morning. I can't stay on long. I'm in unit. Oh, all right. Tell him a unit that doesn't allow electronics. I'm walking around after breakfast. Okay, Real. Well, I'm glad. I hope you enjoyed your breakfast. Stay well. If you need to talk, you need to chat, you need anything, your family's right here in NY Yankee Mania. Thank you, Real Bill. You gave us a nice boost this morning. That's very, very nice of you. Thank you. Get better and give love to your family, your wife, and everyone that's associated with Real Bill. And you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And if you can stop in later, great. Otherwise, we give you love always. Always.
Get better, Real Bill. Get better.
Okay, well, be careful, man. Think of something when that's happening. Think of something positive. I know it's hard. I know it's very, very hard to say, but think of something positive. Look into your eyes of your beautiful bride. Just hang in there, Real Bill. You're going to be fine. You are going to be fine. You're a fighter. You're a Yankee fan. That's all that matters. So please, and if you need us, we're here. Let's go to Sherry. How you doing again? How much concern do you have if the Jays go up 2 games coming home? That's a great question. Listen, I've seen the Yankees come back from 2-0 throughout the years. Does this team have what it takes? Well, they don't have a Reggie Jackson. They don't have a Don Mattingly. They don't have a Derek Jeter. But, you know, you got to take it inning by inning by inning by inning. But we're not going to think that way, Sherry. And I want, please come back for the either the pregame or the postgame. I think we're going to be happy today. You know, and really, and Sherry, I would really appreciate it if you haven't subscribed. Please subscribe to the channel. If you ever want to come up and talk about your number one team, please. Well, we're gonna have a day soon when we do our giveaways, very, very soon. But we don't want the Yankee year to be over. So, but we do want you to be part of our team. You're already part of the family, Sherry. So thank you. Let's go to Celia again. Boone was managing the bullpen as if he was going to lose the game yesterday. If they had taken the lead in that inning, I don't think Weaver would have come in. The management would have been different. Yes. Yeah. And I don't know what this love affair is with Weaver, but if they know that he thinks he's tipping pitches, how do you not put him on a timeout?
Yeah.
I don't understand it at all.
You can't put him in the game.
I don't understand it at all. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense. I mean, really? I mean, come on. Could we just do this with our heads and not against our heads? And Itchy, another big part of our show, win today, it puts the Yankees in the driver's seat. Yep, I totally agree with you, my man. You know, Itchy, you always have some nice comments, and we definitely appreciate you always. Let's see what else. Sean Browning, players have to forget about yesterday and play with vengeance, as Jeter said. Yep. Yeah, there's got to be a sense of urgency. Where is the sense of urgency?
Mm-hmm.
That is the problem. I mean, I don't understand. Where is the urgency to this? We're just getting a text right now. The reason why Tom Gordon didn't come in, one of his family members had passed away over the weekend, but he promises that he will be ready for an interview sometime this week. And we're getting word on Denny Neagle when he's going to come up. And Nitin from South Africa, thank you for the update. We really appreciate that always. But hang in there. We're hearing that Denny Neagle will come on, so we're just waiting. You know, this is live. This is live TV, guys. So live internet, live everything. So things happen, but we're doing our best, and we appreciate you guys, hanging out with us. Let's see. Charles, who's always rah-rahing the show. He's one of the best parts of the show. Please like and subscribe, the best sports talk show on the web, and meet our great guests and staff. And come join the fun, please. Please press the like and subscribe. You're the best, Charles. You always say it best. And we keep adding new to our staff. And Johnny Salami. I know that's a cool name. He was from the chat, and he's been a nice addition to us. And everybody here. I mean, look at Nitin. He's in South Africa, and he's in touch with me almost all day long. Man is amazing. Man is amazing. Okay. Evan, can you take over for 1 minute? I have a very important to talk to Nitin about, please.
Yep, no problem. Okay, guys. While Joe takes care of that, I will be reading some of your comments. So, if I didn't introduce myself already, my name is Evan. I've been on the show for 2 months. And, I'm a play-by-play guy here on Yankee Mania. Morning co-host, afternoon co-host, night co-host, 24/7 co-host. Anything that's going on, we're here for it. I'm very excited to talk to you guys this morning. Hope you're all doing very, 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 very well. So let's talk to you guys. First of all, what are your predictions for today's game? How long do you think Max Fried can go today? What do you think the lineup is going to be? Do you think they put Goldschmidt in the lineup? Do you think they put Dominguez in the lineup? Give us some of your predictions. Yep, Charles, always thank you for being the best. Thank you for always being here. You're the best, man. Thank you for always giving us the best energy and giving us the best motivation possible for the show. Always, thank you. Dennis, of course, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Michael, yep, agree with that. Yep.
All right, guys. I've just been told that a couple more minutes and Denny Neagle will be with us. So we're pretty excited about that. Hang in there, guys. Don't go anywhere. And please start with your questions in the chat. And I think this is going to be really a lot of fun. So let's wait for Denny Neagle to come on, our former New York Yankee and our big World Series champion. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So guys, hang in there with that. And what do you guys? What else? Please get the questions ready. But what are you guys looking for today? Are you confident in Max Fried? Are you? What would you like to see? Would you like Dominguez in the lineup? Would you rest one of the stars right now and put a Dominguez in there? I want to hear your comments. I really, really want to hear your comments. And Evan said it best. I mean, by the way, everyone, thank you for coming into the play-by-play last night. We had a nice thing of views yesterday. And I really appreciate it. And people are still looking at it. We had about 20, I think it was 18 or 20 people after the play-by-play viewed it. So thank you so much. The only thing that I ask is everybody that's in that 38%, just come over and press the like button and subscribe to the channel. It's not going to hurt. It's for free. It's not a dime. Just do it. You don't know how much you'll help the show. You can't imagine how much your one subscription means to us and means to NY Yankee Mania and actually to every creator. So that's really about it. Last night, Evan, the Dodgers came back with a big 3-run homer by Hernandez. Mm-hmm. I mean, can they have any? I mean, listen, Mookie Betts has not had a good year.
Yeah.
And Ohtani had pitched and all of that, and they still win. It's like, I mean, that's why they get all of these stars. I mean, they're sitting on the bench, but when they're called, they just perform. It's just magic with them. And, I don't think that series is gone by any means. But if they lose today, if the Phillies lose today, they're in big trouble.
Yep, definitely agree with that.
Let's see, chime in on Celia again. I don't think Frida's going to go more than 6. I think he gives up a few runs, which shouldn't be a problem. But with the way our offense is playing or hitting, I don't think they can come back being down a few runs. I don't think so either. I mean, if they keep this up, if they have that inning, it just keeps going in my mind. Bases loaded, nobody out. How a world championship potential team? How do they keep doing this? Not coming through.
They don't get the big hit. That's the most frustrating part about it. I mean, the Red
It's
Sox
been going
have a lot
on
of
for 10 years. Don't they ever get tired of not hitting in the clutch? I don't get it. You never got this from the Denny Neagle year. You never get this from them. They always came up. They always came up big. Why can't they come up big now? I don't understand it. You get to the point that you don't know who you want up there in the clutch. And right now, I don't mind having Austin Wells, believe it or not. I don't. Because he seems like he has the best at bats. He may strike out, but at least the guy's going to throw, at least we know that he's going to give you a good at bat. Yes, Dennis, I was just about to say that. I do trust Volpe definitely in the playoffs. And did you check out his footwork at shortstop? He's playing a great shortstop. Take those 20 errors and you know what to do with them. Forget it. But, today's another day, and we do have our world championship man here. Let's see if he's ready. Can you, Denny, can you give us a thumbs up? All right. Hey, everyone. The moment of truth is here. Our world champion man is here. Denny Neagle of the New York Yankees. And he's here taking some time out on a Sunday morning for NY Yankee Mania and everybody here in the chat. So let's bring him up and with a big welcome. Denny, good morning. Joe and Evan here on NY Yankee Mania. How you doing, champ?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you. First of all, very important, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling much better, man. I don't know what it was. My girlfriend works at a hospital, so who knows? She's always bringing home all kinds of different germs from her job. So could have given me a stomach bug from her.
Oh, well, as long as you're doing well, you and your family, that's what counts. So first of all, thank you so much for taking time in your busy schedule. A champion is a champion, and you are a true champion. And we and I definitely really, really loved you being on the Yankees. I was ecstatic when you got traded to us, and what even a little bit was more than we can ask for. So thank you so much for a wonderful year. And your service. You really, really did a lot for us, and you will always be a champion in my eyes.
Well, I appreciate it, Joe. I mean, anytime you can come over in the pinstripe, just put the uniform on is just an honor and a privilege. My dad grew up being a huge Mickey Mantle fan, even though he was from the DC area. His favorite player of all time was Mickey Mantle. So first time he got to see me in the pinstripes, man, walking across that field, I cried too many times, but that was definitely one of them, to see me in the pinstripes, playing in the uniform that the kid that he idolized played for. And then to win a World Series in that jersey that year, that was just the icing on the cake.
Now, take us back a little bit, Denny. When you heard of obviously you were successful with Atlanta, and I'm sure you enjoyed playing with Bobby Cox and all that. What was it like for you when they came to you and they said, "Hey, you're going to the New York Yankees. What was going through your mind and your family's mind at that point?
Well, the first thought was shock because I had no idea. It was, I'll never forget, it was the All-Star break of the 2000 season. I was up in the Beaver
Right.
Creek Vale area because I just barely missed out on making the All-Star team that year. So we were going to open up, I was with the Reds and we were going to open up against the Rockies the first series after the All-Star break. My now
Right.
ex-wife was from Colorado area, so we just said, you know what? Let's just go out in the mountains and take a couple days off up there and relax. I go out walking around, with my family and stuff. The day that would have been the workout day of the All Star game, and I left my phone charging at back at our condo we were staying at. I get back and I've got like 38 missed calls from my agent. The first couple are like, "Hey, dude, I'm down here at the All Star game. Your name thrown around a lot. Hey, buddy, you got to give me a call. Hey, man, call me back." Finally, the last one is, "Dude, call me back. You might get traded tonight." So finally, when I get back and I hear all these messages, what the hell's going on? Because before the All-Star break ended, I had a meeting with Jim Bowden from the Cincinnati Reds. And he sat me
Right.
down, and I was going to be a free agent after that year. And he said, "Denny, I just need to know where we're at, if we is to resign you, and just where your head's at, because if you're definitely going to be gone, we need to trade you, do what's best for the organization." So I looked him in the eye and I said, "Jim, this is probably my last round of free agency. So I think I'd be doing myself a disservice if I didn't at least see what was out there for me. But I'm going to give you guys every chance to resign me too, because I've enjoyed my time here in Cincinnati." He looked and said, "Okay, but just so you know, Denny, I might have to trade you come the trading deadline, not the All-Star break, come the trading deadline." Well, turns out Jim wanted to strike while I was hot because I was coming off 3 or 4 consecutive really good starts, and he
Yes.
just got everybody against each other. So long story short, when I called my agent back then, a couple of days later when all that stuff was going down, he goes, "Dude, where the heck you been?" I said, "Sorry, man. I was spending time with the family." He's like, "Yeah, your name's being thrown around like crazy here." And he goes, "Where do you think you're going?" And I'm like, I don't know. The Braves, whatever, because I'd heard rumors about that. So he had said, like, yeah, there's the Brave Indians, the Diamondbacks, the Red Sox. He rolled off 5 or 6 teams. And I think it was the next day that I got traded. And he's like, "Well, it's done. Where it went?" So I start rolling off some of the names we already thought, stuff. And I'm like, "Holy crap." He said, "No, no, no." He goes, "Where's the last team you probably thought you would get traded to?" And I go, "Not the Yankees." He goes, "Yep." Because, again, just like when I got to the Braves back in '96, they had Mattis, Glavine, Smoltz, and were up 35 games in the playoffs that year. But Steve Avery had a shoulder injury, and I didn't know that. So they got me to replace Steve Avery that year. This time, the Yankees, I didn't know this, but like hurting, David Cone was hurting. So they had a couple different various injuries that they wanted to make sure that they covered up, and were secure going into the play stuff, whatever, because we had a pretty game lead that year too against the Red Sox.
Yeah. No question. Wow. That's an awesome story. Wow.
Yeah.
So you come to New York. The Yankees had already won a championship. They were defending the champion, 2 times now. So you're going for the third. How are you feeling, and how were you treated?
I was treated great. I mean, the Yankees and the Braves to me were like the class acts of each league. I mean, up and down the organization, people can laugh. The things they make fun of about Mr. Steinbrenner and stuff, whatever. Just his character being portrayed on Seinfeld and things like that. But I love the man. I mean, I thought he was incredible. He just wanted to win at all cost, and he showed and he cared. I think that's all you really want in a manager and a CEO and the owner, him. I mean, you just want people that shows that they'll do it anything at all costs, and they'll protect their players, and that's how it was with the Braves and the Yankees.
If you don't mind, if it's okay with you, a couple of questions from the chat, and then
Sure.
Evan will ask you a few. So Dennis asked, Denny, did going to Colorado and that disaster park shorten your career at all?
100%. And I knew that going into it. Sometimes you have to make some tough choices in your life based on family and stuff. And so at the time, my wife at the time, her dad was failing pretty hard for the disease called PSP, progressive
Oh,
supranuclear palsy. It's a lot like ALS, but harder to diagnose. Remember Dudley Moore, the actor Arthur?
of course.
Yeah, so he was one of the first ones that kind of put a name to the disease. That's what he ultimately passed
Yeah.
away from. So it's a lot like ALS
Yes.
where you're trapped in your own body and everything. And so she did not want to leave her father's side and stuff. And we were already living in Colorado for our off-season home. I was ready to sign with actually the Mets, Red Sox, or the Dodgers, and the Dodgers were coming after me hard. And at that time, the Dodgers were known as the best pitchers park in baseball. You always wanted to go there. At night, balls just died in the air, and I was more of a fly ball pitcher. So, what the heck is a fly ball pitcher thinking about doing? Going to pitch for the court and that fly ball where the balls just fly out of there. So like my comment was when I signed there that look, you got to do things for family. My wife wanted to be home and close to her dad. Sometimes you got to forget about the numbers on the back of your card, your bubble gum card, and worry about what's best for life and that time in your life and stuff. And so that's why I chose to do that. But yeah, ultimately it was more the injuries. Greg Maddux always said pitching in Colorado was the worst part about it was he went out and threw 7 innings in one start there. He would feel it for the next 2 or 3 starts because that thin air just beats you down. I mean, there's a reason why the Olympic Training Center is in Colorado Springs, Colorado, because if you can get yourself in that good of shape at that altitude, well, then you're going to be that much better at sea level. But it just beats you up if you have to make 18, 19, 20 starts at home there.
Wow. Awesome. Now, pitching at Yankee Stadium, how and with a lot of fans listening and watching you right now, what was the difference in all the ballparks that you pitched to? How was the energy? And I know they were behind you. I definitely was there behind you all the time. I welcomed it. There were a lot of rumors that you were coming aboard, and it's like I couldn't wait. I was like, would they just get him already? I just get this guy, please. We need a lefty. We need a lefty. And when they did, I was like, oh, finally something good, happened, because they were struggling a little bit. They had a point where they were lagging. I know they picked up Jose Canseco. It was actually to block the Red Sox from getting him, and it ended up. Those days are over. Blocking this and that, but they ended up with him and. And I believe he hit a home run, Denny, that I still believe is traveling somewhere along the Bronx. I will never forget that shot. I don't know. I don't remember. Were you on the Yankees at that point? I believe you were. But oh my God, I still believe that thing is going. But so how did you react? And were you just going around and saying, wow, I think I'm really a New York Yankee. But not only that, what is it like winning a championship with the New York Yankees? That's what the fans a lot of them are asking. They want to know how you really felt.
Well, as far as just coming to New York, I mean, it's a whole different thing. I mean, right from the get-go, even when my wife flew into LaGuardia, I can't remember if it was LaGuardia or JFK, but right away, I remember the show Arliss with Robert. He was the famous sports agent. It was on HBO back in the day.
Yes.
Every professional athlete in every sport wanted to be on that show. It was a great show. And so sure enough, my agent gets a call, and he had written an episode where they needed somebody that got traded, and lo and behold, my name comes across the ticker. So him and his camera crew called me up and said, would you be okay? We met you at the airport. We just got to shoot a 10-second scene. Look in the camera and say, I've been traded. Can you help me out? It was his secretary. The whole episode revolved around her screwing up this other thing of this fictitious NHL player, and stuff, whatever. So right from I'm shooting a scene for Arliss. I get to town. It's New York, so the vibe is just crazy. The Yankee Stadium fans, once I get there and I go to make my first start, some of the players told me, they're like, Denny, they're going to embrace you because they've heard stories about you being the goofball kind of out there guy, whatever. And at that time, David Cohn was the only pitcher, the roll call, famous roll call at Yankee Stadium for the players. David Cohn, the only one that did the acknowledgement to the fans. The other pitchers in the rotation that year just didn't like doing it. They like to stay focused, as a lot of us pitchers do. Normally, I'm that way too. 4 days that I'm not pitching, I'm a goofball, jokester, everything. But the day I pitch, I have that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde switch that I flip. But I'm like, man, this is Yankee Stadium crowd and roll call. It's famous, So I said to Coney, what should I do? And he goes, dude, you got to acknowledge him, man. You got to, man. They're gonna love it. So when I had my first start and I acknowledged them, that crowd went nuts, man. I was like, yeah, this is awesome, man. And then as I told you before, Joe, I mean, my dad has since passed, but having him
Oh,
back there, him and my brother came up for my first two starts, and seeing tears in his eyes after I went out and stuck it up, Kurt Schilling's rear end and the Phillies to get my first win, which was nice because I ran into Schilling of all places the night before. I always went to see a movie the night before. It was my superstition just to relax me. And lo and behold, I see, because we had a day game the day before and then a day game the next day. And so I ran into Schilling and his wife, and he basically was like saying, yeah, congrats, man. That should have been me. I heard I was going to the Yankees, and stuff, but I'll probably get traded somewhere else. We'll square off against each other again, too. And I'm like, I looked at my wife and I go, was that kind of a jab at me? I said, no, I'm really going to give it to him tomorrow, And so, anyways, it was just such a whirlwind experience, and stuff. Those first few weeks and enjoying and soaking in the Yankee Stadium crowd, the New York media, everything that goes along with being a Yankee. And then as far as winning the World Series itself, Joe, I mean, there's nothing like it. A ticker tape parade in New York City. I mean, my gosh, it's fun to win anywhere and to have your hometown and that city, and the mayor and all the people gather in whatever parts of the hometown they do it at. But I mean, come on, New York City with those buildings and ticker tapes coming out of the windows and stuff. I mean, you look up and it looks like it's snowing at a different time and stuff, whatever. And so there's nothing like it. And the funny part about the parade was too that our float was the starting pitcher's float. And so at one point, I'm sitting there and I'm just soaking it all in. I got my camcorder out. This was way before iPhones and stuff, whatever, And so I'm shooting footage with my camcorder, and I thought my wife was still next to me. And I put my arm around, which I think is my wife, and I'm just sitting there and I go, "Isn't this incredible, babe?" And I look, and it's Debbie Clemens, Roger Clemens' wife, and Roger sitting back, and they're all cracking up. They realized what happened because everybody was just kind of going back and forth on the float to look at different scenery and stuff. So they saw what was happening. Debbie's just playing. She's laughing like that. When I look, I was, "Oh, geez, sorry, Debbie."
I didn't mean it. I swear. Oh, that's an awesome story. I love that. Yeah, I was actually at the float, and I soaked everything in. I mean, it was whenever the Yankees win, it's just a joy. It really, New York it's nothing like it. To me, and it never gets old. No matter how old you are, it just never gets old. Evan, you have a question or two?
The one other cool one. The one other cool one, Joe, is that right when it started and we're getting ready to kind of get out and start getting ready at City Hall and stuff, whatever. Sarah Jessica Parker is a diehard Yankees fan, so she had her own car in the parade, and my wife was Joe too, but my wife at the time was the biggest Sex and the City fan, huge, like most women at that time. And so we get out, and her and Matthew Broderick are standing right next to us, and we hear them go. She goes, Matthew, there's Denny Neagle, like that, and I'm like, holy crap, she's saying there's Denny Neagle. She's one of the biggest TV stars in the world at that point. Comes over and she goes, "Hi, Denny, I'm Sarah. I just want to introduce ourselves." I go, "Yeah, I know who you are." And I go, "Please, this is my wife, Jennifer. She's a crazy fan." "Oh my God, nice to meet you." And she grabbed our son and took a picture with him. My son had this cute little blonde spiky hair, 7 months old. So that was a pretty big thrill for the family then.
Wow. And so obviously now, does your son remember any of that at all? Now being 25 years old? Does he remember?
No.
He's seen pictures? He must. That was me.
That's basically what he does. I got to meet them.
Yeah, really. That was me. Wow. Can I meet them now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Evan.
Yeah. Well, first of all, nice to meet you, Danny. Thanks for coming on the show.
You got it, Evan.
Yeah, I'm only 21 years old, so unfortunately I didn't get to see the Yankees dynasty there, but sounds like fun. I wish I got to see it, but I'm hearing all these cool stories. I'm interviewing players from that time as well, so it's really cool to see you guys succeeding at that time, and I'm sure it was a very, very fun, exciting time for you guys and for the fan base as well. So I wanted to ask you, you were on the Braves in 1998 and a few years prior to that as well. Coming over to the Yankees and playing the Mets in the World Series, were you familiar with any of the Mets players, and how did that help you game plan for the World Series.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, it's always great when you can have some familiarity with the teams and you're going to be facing. So, and ironically too, the crazy thing for me, Evan, was in '96 when I was with the Braves, we played against the Yankees and lost after being up 2 games to
Mhm.
nothing. You know, feeling like beating them in New York the first 2 games and feeling awfully confident coming back to Atlanta. And then David Cohn outdueled Glavine, and then I started the infamous Jim Leyrich game when he hit the homer off Mark Wohlers, which was the turning point, obviously. And then Game 5, Andy Pettit just, you know, completely outdueled John Smoltz in a great pitchers matchup. But that was tough. That was a tough one to swallow because that would have been my first World Series. So then to flip the pages, you know, and come full circle and now, you know, be a member of the Yankees, it was pretty incredible. You know, I mean, and like I said, then to ultimately win the World Series and stuff, you know, and to get my first World Series win in the pinstripes was just unbelievable. But as you said, though, Evan, yes, it definitely helps, you know, being in the National League all those years and facing those Mets guys plenty
Yeah.
of times. I had a really good familiarity with them in the scouting report and stuff. So I pretty much knew how I was going to go up against that lineup when I faced them in the World Series. So it definitely helped big time.
Yeah. And I also wanted to ask you, what advice would you give the current Yankee players today about playing in the postseason and overcoming their kind of their shortcomings in the postseason so far, and giving them advice about hopefully winning a World Series one day, hopefully this year?
Yep. It's a great question. And like John's my buddy, you know, he does a great job on the broadcast and Fox and stuff. And
Yeah.
he says this line a lot. He says, you know, it's the guys that can slow the heartbeat down, realize, you know, they've done this over and over again as far as repeating those mechanics, whether it's your hitting mechanics, your pitching mechanics. Because what happens is when you get caught up in the moments too much sometimes, and that heart rate and heartbeat gets sped up too much, a lot of times you get out of your comfort zone and now all of a sudden your mechanics are off and you're not able to repeat that pitch over and over again, or pitching mechanics or the mechanics of your swing. And next thing you know, you're dropping and lifting too much or pulling out too much. You know, but and so that's one thing, saying like, look, try to just relax and calm yourself down in those situations. I coach high school baseball, and what I tell my kids all the time is one simple saying, like, what's the worst thing that can happen? What's the worst thing that can happen? So you strike out. You strike out with the bases loaded in that key situation. Maybe you give up that base hit in that key situation. If that's the worst thing that happens in your life, and yet you're still pitching in the playoffs or the World Series or whatever it is, I'd say you're still winning at life, because there's a lot more worse things that could be going on and happening to you and that are happening to other people in the world right now. So if the worst thing that happens to you right now is that you don't get that hit, you strike out, you make an error,
Yeah.
I mean, is that going to be the first error you're ever going to make in this game? Is that going to be the last strikeout you're ever going to have, or the last, you know, home run or hit that you give up? Nope, I don't think so. So you might as well just say, screw it, man, and go out there and have the most fun with it. Because what you don't want to do is look back on it and say, God, man, I just able wasn't to have fun and enjoy and soak it all in at that moment.
True.
And so that those guys that can do that can slow the heart rate down, have fun with it. And it's amazing how you see every year there's certain guys like Kike Hernandez, you know,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
that guy is just able to just relax and have fun. You can see how much fun he's having out there. The moments don't get to him, you know. Schlittler, I mean, would you ever realize that kid was a rookie the other day? He looked so composed and poised on the mound that you'd never know that this kid, you would have thought that was Andy Pettit out there making his 17th career postseason start, you know, and not just his stuff, but the way he relaxed and looked so dominant on the mound.
Awesome.
Teresa in the chat asked Denny, welcome to the show. You were a big inspiration with that Yankee team in 2000 as my kids were growing up. I wanted to ask you, and we were a fan of yours, was there any chance that the Yankees, that you worked out anything of possibly coming back? And what happened there, if you don't mind saying or talking about it?
Yeah, though, when I first came over, after my first few starts, Mr. Steinbrenner and the Yankees were trying to work out a deal early on. I had told myself that I was going to take it to the offseason and test the free agent markets, you know, and so they did want to sign me. There was talks, and then, you know, but they wanted to get it done. They didn't want to have to deal with the competition. You know, they just wanted to lock me in. And I kept telling them the same thing I told Tim Bowden, the GM of the Reds, before I got traded, that I appreciate it. I love being here. I certainly, I'm going to give you guys every chance to sign me too, but I just want to go out, because this is going to be my last time to test the free agent market. So season went along. I struggled a little bit, towards the end. We were all struggling because we limped into the playoffs. I mean, we let
Yeah.
Boston damn near catch us going down the end there. So we were literally limping in the playoffs. So I was struggling, but many of us were struggling and stuff. And so then there was room. Mike Messina was definitely going to test the free agent markets, and stuff. And so it was going to be coming down between, as far as the big pictures that were going to be available on the market, me and Messina. I mean, I can't blame them. He was a future Hall of Famer and is a Hall of Famer now. And so they just went in a different direction. And there was no harbor, no ill feelings towards me. I think they made a great choice. I mean, look how well it worked out for them.
Do you think free agency from when you were playing to now has changed big time? Or do you think that it's about the same? And how important is it to get an identity for a team now that basically can't really keep all of its stars anymore? And what do you see as the difference between 2000, and it was even different even before that, when I don't know if you even remember or if you saw. You remember when they used to have these gatherings and then every team had to put down on paper who they would try to bid for? I mean, that came a long way. That was crazy. But what do you see as the difference right now, free agency and the urgency? Would you like to see players? I know you want to get, everybody wants to get what they deserve, but it's for the fans. They can't identify anymore. Today you're their champion, and tomorrow you're with the competition. And a lot of them can't swallow that. Do you have any, feeling or advice on how that could change?
Well, I don't know if it's going to change because obviously the big difference is the money. I mean, but that's the one constant that's different, but the same. It's different because obviously the sum of the money has just grown to an incredible amount. I mean, when you see the contracts that the Otanis and the Trouts and the Bryce Harpers and these guys, and Garrett Cole and Max Fried, the pitchers that the money they get and stuff too, it's cool. And God bless them, man. I mean, if that's what you can get and that's what they're offering, more power to them, because you're never going to hear me. I've never been one of those, retired players that's like, I wish I was playing now, because I heard it from players that played way before me, like, geez, I wish I was playing when you guys are playing now, stuff, whatever, because the contracts that we were signing at my time and stuff. So it's crazy and it's different, but it's also kind of a constant and consistent too, as time goes on and different sponsorships money comes in and everything, and the money keeps growing and the game keeps growing. And there's business we had. The one thing I will say is that when owners cry, when there's a lot of owners cry out there that they're not making money and stuff, then why is it that people are jumping at the chance to buy any kind of sports franchise when they become available to set, for sale? I mean, look at the difference of some of these teams that are being sold, what they were bought for 20 years ago, 25, 30 years ago, they sell for, in the current markets and stuff. So there's money to be made all the way around, from the players to the owners, to everything else. As far as, like you said, with team fans, having loyalty and stuff, I agree with that. I'm old school that way. When I grew up, as a kid and a huge baseball fan, I mean, if you said one team, I could name 5 or 6 or 7 guys off that team, probably even still today, because they stayed with that team almost their whole career, and so that's tough. No question about it. I get it from a fan standpoint. You want to see that good nucleus and core of guys play together for most of their career. I mean, can you imagine the Tigers without Trammell and Whitaker and Jack Morris and Kirk Gibson and all those guys? Now, of course, a couple of those guys end up going on and playing for a couple other teams, but they stayed together for a solid 10, 12, 13 years, Can you imagine Chipper Jones in a different uniform? Can you imagine Derek Jeter in a different uniform? So it's a real in today's game, but the problem is so I know fans will get upset with the players, but the problem is that there's also from the other side too. And just when a player thinks that, hey, I'm going to spend the rest of my career with this organization, whatever, there comes a time that the organization decides to go in a different direction. And, and they have to cut loose one of their guys that been a fan favorite for 10, 11, 12 years and stuff, I mean, Joey Votto. Joey Votto ended up going up, he was a fan favorite with the Reds. And from a business standpoint, I get it. I understand where they were coming from. They were going in a youth movement direction, wanted to kind of start all over there. And so, but it was a shame that he had to go up and spend not even a half season with the Toronto Blue Jays, and then come back and do that 1 day contract just to finish as a Red. It's tough because the business and economics of the game has changed that way and stuff, and so there's not loyalty from both sides, but both sides have to do what's in their best interest and make their money.
Evan, you have another question?
What was your favorite moment as a Yankee in that season?
Well, probably two of them. When I got my 100th win, that was my second start, and I think I threw a complete game. It was against Tampa Bay, who had a good lineup that year. Because Canseco, my buddy Greg Vaughn, they had some thumpers in their lineup. I think Vinny Castillo maybe was still there. So they had a good lineup, and I went out and dominated pretty well to get my 100th win. And having my dad and my brother there at the game to celebrate that there with me, those are special moments, those milestones when you get your 100th win, 150, things like that. So that was awesome. And then obviously just that crowning moment of the World Series and having my whole family there. Because the cool thing about winning of the Subway Series was, as you guys know, like last year. I mean, what the Dodgers beating, who they beat again? Why am I drawing a blank on here?
Are you talking what year?
Last year.
Yankees?
What? Yes. Yes.
Are you trying to be funny here?
So, but obviously, as you know, it's usually 2 games at one park, and then you got to travel. Now that's the biggest example, the longest example from LA to New York. But that's how usually the World Series is. It's 2 games at home, then you go travel somewhere probably pretty far. But the Subway Series, because it was all in New York, my family, and I'm from Maryland. My whole family lived in Maryland, so they all just got to take the train up, right into Penn Station there, and got to stay throughout the whole World Series. And Billy Crystal was shooting background scenes for the movie 61 that was coming out on HBO. Roger Maris Mantle Chase of Babe Ruth. And so he was there with this film crew, all the time, getting just background scenes and stuff. So he was on the field with us and we're jumping on each other at Shea Stadium. And then they let all of our families come on to celebrate with us. So I'm like, Billy, this is my brother, this is my uncle, this is my dad, this is my sister, this is my cousin. Finally, he goes, Jesus Christ, how many freaking Nagles are there, man? So it was fun to soak that all in with the whole family.
No, that's totally incredible. Well, we won't keep you too much longer. I know it's a Sunday morning. You want to be with the family and all, but I do have another really important question to ask. What do you think about the pitch clock for next year? Do you like it? Don't you like it? And
yes.
I know you might be partial with this, but do you think in the end the umpires are, what is going on with the umpires, Denny? I mean, the mistakes, sometimes they are not even 80% correct. What is going on in your opinion?
Well, I'll tell you, as far as the umpires, you're talking about a guy that screams at the TV half the time when I'm watching games nowadays, because I get so frustrated with these guys, man. Especially from a pitcher standpoint, I can't stand when they miss ones that aren't even the ones that nip that little imaginary box there that they put on the screen. I personally think the worst thing they ever did was put in that K zone and having the umpires get graded on. When I came up, you could say yes. Some umpires had more liberal zones than the other. Hitters would whine and complain that, oh my God, you're getting this far off the corner or whatever, But the fact is, Joe, there's a human element, and you knew that. I knew as a rookie coming up, if I was facing Wade Boggs or Tony Gwynn, I could not only split, or I could almost hit the outside third of the corner. And there's a chance I might not get that call because he earned it. I haven't yet. And that was just an unwritten rule of baseball. Hey, you're a kid. This guy's, a 300 lifetime hitter that's hit 300 for the past 10 years, ever. So if there's a borderline call, I'm going to give him the benefit of it. And you just took the ball back and said, all right, let's go, made the next. Now, like 7 years later, when I became a veteran guy that was established myself as a control guy that can nip the corners, and I'm facing a rookie, kid that's, even maybe a Derek Jeter or whatever. That's a promising, future star and stuff, whatever. And I throw one just this far off the corner, I'm going to get it because I've earned it, And so we always knew which umpire you had. Hey, if you had Harry Wendelstedt, he'd give you more of the outside and inside, but didn't give you up and down. And then if you had like Frank Pulley, he gave you more up and down than he did on the corners and stuff, whatever. It was just common knowledge and stuff. But soon as they did that K zone and the umpires got graded on it, I think they just so tight and were so afraid to make mistakes that it was just the opposite. They ended up making more mistakes because of it. There's very few guys in the game now that when you watch their game that they, like you said, that they grade out at what, 95% or above. It's too much. So the one thing is, I think it's absolutely ridiculous that they've even waited this long till next year to put in the old, whatchamacallit, tap the helmet, whatever, and let's challenge the pitch, because they showed in spring training and they showed at the All-Star game. It doesn't take long at all. It's not like it's taking that much time away from the game. I mean, they're using the NFL for replay and stuff too, but they were so worried about slowing the game down because that's been the talk for the last 5 years and stuff, whatever. But as they showed spring training, it did not slow the game down at all. So I think it was silly that they, I don't know if you saw the other day, that call on him for strike 3 in the Cubs Padres game. Yep. And he was so ticked. And the first thing the announcer said was, boy, that would have been a tap of the helmet right there. Because that was 3-1, and that's huge. 3-1 ball game, 3-2 pitch on him. It wasn't a bad pitch, obviously missed.
Right.
And so that was huge in that situation. You put the time, you put him on base, and the tying run comes up to the plate. That changes the whole game.
Even watching that game from last night, that Mariners-Tigers game, there were a lot of, I feel, missed calls because we were calling the game on here.
100%. 100%, Evan. You're so right. That's when I was screaming at. I'm going, oh, my God.
Yeah.
How are you missing this, Blue? It's coming right at you.
Yep.
I knew yesterday. I finished the show yesterday, pregame. I just want the umpires to call everything correctly. And what happens? The first batter, Trent Grissom, he hits a foul ball inside the box. They called him out.
Yep.
And I knew right there the Yankees were cooked. I knew it right away. I mean, I said, that's it. They lost this game. It's done. Let's wait till tomorrow. And sure enough, and I don't know about Denny if you know, but for some reason I'm like a whiz and I can call a home run and I can actually close the TV and open it up and the guys run it. And Evan could tell you I do that we do some play-by-plays here. And it's just something I can't explain. But like I called the Aaron Boone home run in 2003. And I call a few on the play-by-play, and they're like, Joe, either you're a witch or whatever. And Evan is just like, he just sits there because he's really doing most of the play-by-play. And it's just amazing. So, but when I saw that, I was ready to close the TV. I knew the Yankees were cooked. The first play, then. I mean, at least wait 2 outs. No, it's got to be the first guy to give you the bad aura, and that was it. We do have one final question from Ava for you. She says, "Please ask Denny, what was it like to play with Derek Jeter?"
Those are the kind of questions I love to answer and stuff. It's like when everybody want to know what Maddox, Glavine, and Smoltz were like. What Chipper was like, and I played with Barry Bonds, so that was always a famous one too. What I will say about Derek Jeter is that he was a captain in every sense of the word, man. Because you couldn't tell. I told this story to my high school kids. I said, "You know what a teammate is? A good teammate is the guy that has already gone over 3 with 3 strikeouts." And you would never know by the look on his face and how much he was celebrating everybody else's victories, because he's the one at the top of the dugout step, congratulating them if they hit a home run or hit that single to drive in 2 runs. and that was Jeter, man. Everything about him was, it was the team first. And so like I said, he could be 3 for 3 with 3 doubles and a triple, or he could be 0 for 3 with three Ks. But he was the first one in that dugout congratulating whoever it was that just did something to help the team win. And for everything that he was, being the captain of the New York Yankees, and and the publicity that comes along with that, and the famous beautiful women that he dated and everything and stuff, he handled it with grace and class. Because did you ever hear his name in any kind of scrupulous or unscrupulous activity, whatever, away from the ballpark? No, because he was a class act in every sense of the word, and he did not want to disgrace himself or the team that he represented and that C on that jersey. So, I mean, he did an incredible job of being the captain of the Yankees.
Well, I mean, that awesome answer. Thank you so much. We do want to ask you, if you have a little bit of time and the Yankees do advance, would you possibly be able to come on and we dissect with you, the next round going into the World Series or whatever? And if you could grace us of coming back, number one, we really appreciate it. And we also want to invite you on a very special show that we're having. Going to have here, we're going to salute our troops. And that basically is to say thank you for freedom, for making us be able to watch the Yankees, watch any team, and go outside and have a wonderful, beautiful life and family. So if there's even yourself, if there's anybody that you're proud of, or we would love it if the who's we're getting on. I'm working 24 hours a day on the show. And on November 11th, we're going to do that. And we would love it if you would give us a couple of minutes. And if you have a story, we would love to hear it from you, or even yourself, your family, whatever. So if you can do that, Denny, we'd really appreciate that.
Absolutely, on both of them. Yep, I'd be happy to. If the Yankees advance, I'd love to. My boy Aaron Boone was my teammate in Cincinnati, so I've been pulling for him to get his first World Series championship as manager now with the Yankees. So yeah, I'd be happy to do that. And as far as for the military purposes and stuff, 100%. My dad served. My uncle did 3 tours in Nam, so I've been always been all.
Okay, so then we'll be in touch with you. Nitin from NR Media, he does give his best, and we thank him so much. He brings us wonderful guests, and we were actually supposed to have Tom Gordon on, and he something was going on, so he's going to come on during the week. We were going to have both of you, so maybe we can tag team that again. It was meant to be, like the Yankees to go to 28. We hope. So if you can do, I really appreciate it, Danny, taking time on a Sunday morning to be with us. I hope you enjoyed being with us. Everybody here saying thank you. Good luck to you. And we're glad that you're feeling better, and just enjoy life. Thank you for being the champion that you really are. Yeah. And we really appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Joe and Evan.
And we'll see you soon. Great weekend. And could you tell everybody, let's go Yankees, even if you don't mean it? I'm just kidding. Can you say
let's go Yanks?
Yeah, we go. Thank you. Thank you, Denny. You have a wonderful day, and God bless you and your family. You take care.
God bless you guys too, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, that was a great interview. Denny Neagle was absolutely fantastic and a lot of fun. And I'm so happy that he's going to come back with us on November 11th, and even better that he'll come up with if the Yankees move on. So, guys, thank you so much for your questions. Everybody in the email, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Now we're on an hour and 30 minutes. So, guys, Evan, some last thoughts, and then we will come back at 3 p.m. for our pregame show of the Yankees-Toronto game. Take it away.
Yep. Great interview just now with Denny Neagle. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for asking questions, and everybody over the email as well. So we appreciate that. As far as the Yankees go today, we need to see, a lot of improvements made. Hopefully they made adjustments in their scouting approach and their game plan, because, well, certainly yesterday's did not work, right? They can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the same result. It's not going to happen that way. You have to change. Aaron Boone has to make proper adjustments in the starting lineup, in the bullpen. So it has to all come together starting today. And if they just win this game, right, we focus on today, we play today, we win today, then we have the advantage going back home into Yankee Stadium. So focus on winning today's game. I think Max Fried is going to give us 6 innings. He'll give us 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 run, and 5 hits. So I think if he just has to keep the Yankees in the game. If he does that, I think we'll come through eventually. The guy that we're facing for Toronto in Trey Yesevich, he hasn't had a lot of starts, but he's been very promising for the Blue Jays so far. And with some of the stuff that he has, he can probably try to nitpick the Yankees' weaknesses a little bit. So we have to be on top of everything today. It is a must-win game for the Yankees. And, please go by to Ken the Ugly Truth or Yankees the Ugly Truth, Ken's channel, to listen to the play-by-play, and then come back here for a great post-game show. But I think we're going to have a pregame today, right, Joe?
Yes, 3:00.
Okay, 3:00 pregame. So we'll see you guys then. Until then, have a great day and enjoy watching football.
Oh, yeah, well, of course. Also, when we're on, we will give you a complete scoreboard of the NFL, anything going on in MLB at the time. We'll have the Yankee lineup. We will post that on NY Yankee Mania's site, either the community and on the site. And we may put out a short, all of that for you guys. So hang in there, everyone. We will be back at 3. Thank you so much to Denny Neagle. Thank you to Nitin and his great staff for putting this on. More to come. And we'll talk about tomorrow's shows. Tomorrow we will go back to 8:30 a.m. We are back, and really appreciate to start off on Monday. So let's go Yankees. Please subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. Don't forget, tomorrow we're going to have the Dodgers and Phillies game right here on NY Yankee Mania play-by-play. The link is already out, so if you have questions, you want to put something in there, you're more than welcome, and we'd love for you to do that. So, and everybody that was new in the chat today, if you get a chance, please press the like button and subscribe. Makes it so much easier for you to get all the notifications that we put out. We have about 3 or 4 shows a day, just about. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun, and we have a great staff. And you could see our staff rolling on the bottom of the TV screen. So thank you so much, everyone. We will see you at 3:00. Let's go Yankees. Enjoy your Sunday with your friends, your family, your grandkids, whoever it is. And we'll see you at 3. Let's go Yankees. Evan, thanks. Have a great day.